In this episode, I smack some timber, I drill some holes, and lean on some wood. Righty-ho, welcome to another episode. So, this episode we are finally getting rid of this old trestle table. So, it served its purpose. It'll probably end up just being the dirty workbench table for when I'm working on the cars or whatnot. But it's time to upgrade to a nice sturdy one. So this thing's going to get the flick and we are going to build something decent. So if you're new to the channel, remember to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. But without further ado, let's get into it. Right, so I've done a little bit of a design on SketchUp again. I'll put a little video up on the screen somewhere. But, you know, like everything else that I've done on SketchUp, it'll probably change along the way anyway, but that's the idea anyway. So, picked up a bit of timber from Bunnings, and it's a bit of an overkill, I think, but it's definitely going to be strong. So, I've got to pull that off the four-wheel drive, and yeah, we'll get into it. Start with the frame first, and yeah, we'll go from there. Rightio, so this is what I'm going to be building it out of. So I've got some cypress, 125mm square, and then I've also got another piece which is 125mm by 75mm, and that's what I'm going to mount the legs on. So first thing I'll do is I'm going to have to get the belt sander out and take all the rough sawn sections off all these posts, because it was cheaper to get the rough sawn stuff and do the work myself than it was to get the dress timber, obviously, so I'll dress it myself. Righto, sanding's done. Next, you knew this tool's gonna come out, so I'm just gonna give all the edges, just hit it with the chamfer bit just to cut that jagged edge off everywhere. And then yeah, we're ready to start cutting this all up. So let's do it. Righto, so all the posts are cut and notched for the rails. So next I'll get into those, cut all those out, and then I can start knocking this thing up. Righto, so majority of the stuff's cut now, so I can start putting it all together. So the idea is the longer pieces will go into the notches top and bottom of each post, and the smaller pieces will be fixed through the longer rails either side, and that'll get me the width. And these thicker pieces will be where the caster wheels will be actually mounted to. So this will be fixed directly to the posts on either end, and then on the underside of these is where I'll put the casters, because I didn't want to mount them to the bottom of the post because you just lose too much height, and I wanted to give as much height as I could to the inside of the workbench. So yeah, let's put it all together. Right, so I'm having one of those days. This is my third trip to Bunnings. Bloody hell. Anyway, right, frame done. So it's pretty bloody strong, not gonna lie. I'm gonna actually put another rail across on the inside, either side, just to strengthen up this long side as well. So next thing I wanna do is actually mount the block that will hold the caster wheels up. So this block runs in between on the short sides, and I'll mount the caster block straight onto that. This actually has a height adjustment on it, so when it's adjusted all the way down, it's sitting on the wheel, and when you adjust the base plate all the way out, obviously it lifts it up off the wheel and it's stopped on the spot. So I'll give you a bit of a close up how this works. So that's it there. So you pretty much just rotate the little dial and the base plate starts to come up. It's a little bit of a, it's a bit of a mission to sort of make it work, but I don't really plan on actually moving the bench that often. So for the few times that I actually do need to move it, you know, I'll just deal with the effort. But this is the strongest one that I could really find. Each foot holds about 150, 200 kilos on each corner. So I don't think I'm gonna go over that, although it does weigh a fair bit anyway, but on each corner should be right. So these will go on there. And yeah, the good thing about these is they got a nice big stopper on the bottom of it. So better than those lock-in casters, because the casters you're relying solely on the surface area of the wheel, whatever's contacting the ground. So this will essentially be planted pretty hard onto the floor. So that's that. And for the center posts, I don't want to rely on the timbers running across to actually support the middle. So I've actually got these for the center post. So I'll put in a nut underneath, and this will be screwed in through to that. So I'll adjust the height as I need it. So when I want to take it off onto the wheels, I'll just like turn this up, just get a shifter and it'll go up into the leg. And yeah, this will probably make a bit more sense once I've got it all done, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown. So with these casters, just need to make sure that I allow enough space for the actual whole thing to rotate and not knock into the face of any of the other members. So I'll just adjust those back where it's got to be, and then that's where I'll screw it in. So I've got some big bugles in the center, and because it needs to be so close to the edge, I'll just put some skinnier screws, the ones close to the edge, because I don't want to have a blowout on the edge of it. But essentially, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. So I'm going to mount these first onto here, and then I'll adjust the height of the bench to account for the height of this, because this all need to work in correlation with the height of the wheel. And then once I have that adjusted, then I'll be able to work out where this needs to go, screw her up, flip it over, install these, and essentially should be right to roll around the workshop. Righto, so I fluked it with the height. It actually works out exactly 35 mil. So I just got a whole heap of the offcuts. I've just got the frame sitting on. So now all I need to do is just make sure that the wheels are touching the concrete. And yeah, that'll be my height. And yeah, easy done. So pretty happy with that. Didn't have to do too much mucking around with any blocks or anything like that. So that worked out well. So I thought this was just going to be simple, just line it up and screw it in, but there's my issue. I guess that's the downside of buying rough sawn timber. It's not exactly what it says it is. So yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm going to sort this one out. Might have to try and hit it on the circular saw, see if I can rip it down a bit, but yeah, so there we go. Righto, so I put some temporary screws in the sides of those rails just to hold it in for now. So I'm going to flip it up on its side because I've got some big bolts I want to drive through on either side. So yeah, let's do it. got some weight to it. So I'm going to drive a few of these bad boys straight through. So I'll countersink it in a bit, and then yeah, I'll just send it home. Righto, she's all bolted together. Let's flip her over and give her a test. Whoa, that is good. You ripper. There you go. I reckon that's probably a good spot to end this episode. So if you enjoyed that, remember to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next episode when I continue on with the build. But until then, keep having a crack. See you in the next one. Cheers. It was cheaper to get the rough sawn stuff and do the work myself than it was to get the and the smallest. Then it was cheaper to get, but yeah, we'll see you on the next one.